Hey folks, it's Johnny Flynn. We're kicking it into high gear, our Senate race. Today we have an op-ed going into Hartford, New Haven, Waterbury, Bridgeport, and one other town. I can't remember which one it is. But it's about Richard Blumenthal, my opponent, owning investments in Chinese radio stations and Chinese television, in addition to 500,000 square foot malls in China, too, and other investments. So all along, accusing Trump of Russian collusion, and Blumenthal has an investment in propaganda at China, in China. Unbelievable stuff. You can't make this up. So, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we did a video on Stanford Superior Court corruption. Okay? Then we did a video on Norwalk's contamination problem with the oyster beds. That's the second city we highlighted. Today is the release of Shelton's problem. You gotta watch what's happening in Shelton. Okay? Please do. Let me put it on the screen. Bear with it. It's long, but you gotta learn. Ready?
We're down in Shelton today. We're going to do our third video, okay, about this business behind me. I'm going to walk up to the window in a moment, but imagine 6 13-year-old girls vaping because they're depressed. Well, what would they do to get the vaping products, and why does it concern Shelton? I'll tell you what. If these girls are in such bad shape, they're willing to take their clothes off on a Friday afternoon for a guy who's not even old enough to buy vaping products. I'm going to walk with you this way. What concerns you is that, what should concern you is that I went to the Shelton Police Department. How many times? 5 times? I said, listen, this is going on in your town. To be told they don't have a budget for human trafficking is a problem. I'll tell you why. Because from 2006 to 2016, a 10-year period, 400 human traffickers were arrested in Connecticut, okay, and 0 prosecutions. Guess what? That means women in prostitution that chose or were forced to work for a guy profiting due to their sexual activity, why would we approve and try to promote that prostitution become a state law, be allowed in Connecticut? Why would we approve marijuana as an addictive drug to be a new drug sold in Connecticut? Why would we allow smoking to sell vaping products to children not old enough to give consent? In other words, why would a 13-year-old girl take her clothes off for a dirt bag, buying vaping products and giving them to children not old enough to give consent? Yeah. Why don't you take a picture of the cars in the lower at the police department?
No.
Yeah?
I'll take a picture from the video.
Okay. Hey, we're at Shelton Police Department, where we spoke to an officer about Vape World, concerned that they really don't care that these young girls, one happens to be suicidal over the depression she's in, and obviously with all this mental health awareness that the police need to be trained in, you've got to wonder why they would allow a 13-year-old to threaten suicide, not for the fact that the schools are closed. It's summertime, folks. So follow me. Here's the main entrance. You are being recorded on the surroundings. That is true. Hey. Let's pick up the phone. Hello? Yeah, how you been? I came in a few weeks ago about, I complained about Vape World, and I tried to get the police report. Turns out there's 6 or 7 girls going down to Vape World that are underage, like 13, and they're taking their clothes off for free vapes. I'm told police officer named Buttige. You have a guy named Buttige? Who's got a similar name? Can you read the B? Yeah, the police officer whose name starts with B-U-T. Well, I was curious what was done, because I called the mayor's office 15 times already, and I spoke to his attorney, who was very standoffish, but I told him over the phone that, you know, it's all well and good that you don't have a police budget for human trafficking, but when you get right down to it, if the girl commits suicide, that would be a problem. My name is John Flynn, F-L-Y-N-N. I'm from Norwalk. I spoke to... I don't need a report that says we didn't help Mr. Flynn. I need a report saying, gee, we interviewed these people giving vapes to underage girls who are obviously depressed, and maybe I can follow up with the ADA law and the problems that you guys are creating. Huh? Well, hold on. When you learn the facts, it doesn't matter that it's my child. If I took a video, well, we all know that's not going to happen. That's why they asked me. Hold on, that's why they asked me. You can't help. We had video of girls that are threatening suicide because they are taking vapes for their depression. You know they're underage. It's in the police report. The parents are afraid of DCF after what's happened in the past. Have you read? Right. They are minors. I agree and you agree. The fact that there's 7 of them should be... Did you go on a Friday afternoon as we discussed? Did you observe them yourself as I asked you to? I asked you to observe them on a Friday afternoon when they meet weekly. Okay, what was the cop's name? It's on the police report. Can you look it up? Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Hey, I'm Johnny Flynn. I filed a report I'd like to get a copy of. Super terrific. Thank you very much. And Daniel H.N. Thank you. know who that was? He's famous. Yeah, obviously as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
That was State Rep Rosario. I think March, April. Correct. Do you have the police officers' names? I could look at the list and tell you who it was. Right, that's me.
Oh, look, they're at the Rockefeller tree.
2013.
Your name and your neighbor, I don't find you.
Why is that? I sat with him here, I came here, I talked to the mayor's office. I need the police report.
Was it in regards, was it like an domestic or disturbance?
I complained that Vape World,
Okay,
which is in Shelton,
okay.
350 Bridgeport Avenue, has a 21-year-old boy buying vapes
Okay,
and giving them to 13-year-old girls if they take their clothes off.
okay.
So I thought that was important.
Right, yeah, specifically with an officer. Let me call up the dispatch to see if they have any record of it, because.
Oh, but maybe you could put the cop's name in. I could, if I knew the.
Go by the officer,
Okay.
if I made a report, it will be under my name. Or if it was
Okay,
another person.
well, I gave you my name. I gave you my ID.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I looked you up, and there's nothing recent. You said you made it a couple months ago?
Well, I asked for the report multiple times. I'd like to get a copy of my report. 350 Bridgeport Avenue. There's a nice lady trying to find it in the records department, but I guess it happens every Friday at 5 o'clock. It was probably like March or April. I've been asking for it. Nobody would mail it to me. I happened to be in town today. Nobody would agree to mail it to me. And I live in Norwalk, Connecticut, which is 30 minutes away. I asked. Well, if you can find it, if someone can find the report, I would agree. But I went to the window and they can't find it. And if nobody can find it, then I gave him my name, I gave him my birth date, I came here, I spoke to the guy for quite a long time, as a matter of fact. I tried to follow up, I got no answer, and now you're saying I should be able to get the report online. But if you guys can't even find it, how can I? I don't know the case number, he never gave it to me. Good, thank you, appreciate it. Excellent. I thought you were gonna go over there and videotape 5 o'clock on Fridays when the girls get together there. Girls are taking off their clothes that are underage for free vapes. If that's true, because I was told. But the moms are afraid, because of DCF, to go there by themselves and get the documents, get the evidence, get the proof, explain to a police officer, and get a police report that I can give to the prosecutor. So I can ask him why the people weren't investigated, A, and why they weren't arrested. Because then the investigator would happily comply with my request that I already made to the state's attorney. So months going by and them going weekly really begs the question as to if I was told, Mr. Buttwell told me you had no budget for human trafficking. I called. Okay. I have discussions with Senator Blumenthal quite often, and And if there's a human trafficking question in Shelton, you would think that the mayor would call us back after 15 attempts. You would think that no officer in the state of Connecticut would say, I don't have a budget for human trafficking. That's what you'd think. But that's not what happened, which is alarming. Right. Okay. Well, I recorded it, so there you go. I don't have to worry, it's his word against his, so. Okay, help me get the report, that's all. No report. Well, then I guess Richard Blumenthal is not going to get it. Is that true? And my recording of the police interview over human trafficking got destroyed? The one I made. I had his permission. I asked him if I could. He said I could. I filed a police report, which you obviously can't find. No, I don't have the video is not the question. The question is why I can't get the police report. No, not that he'll get the video for sure. And then there's going to be a question as to why there's no police report. That's what you would expect would happen. I agree. I'm not fighting with you. Would you like to fight? I'm a fighter. You want me to fight? I'm not fighting with you. No, I never would. No, you asked me. You accused me. I didn't accuse you of anything. You've been very cooperative, but admitting that you don't have a police report. Thank you. Are you threatening me? No. What? They can't find the report. What I will say is, I have the report. The report got destroyed after a friend of mine gave it to me. So, this is a fishy police department. I have the report, and to be told by the police that there is no report after I got it from a friend is alarming. Thank you, sir.
Well, I'm trying to shrink the screen, folks. There we go. Trying to get back to the original footage. What's alarming here is that I was not allowed the police report, okay? Other people have obtained the police report, and Loretti has the police report. So does the attorney for Shelton. I have the police report, yes, and his name was Buttwell. But they wouldn't, when you go to the window seeking a police report, they didn't have a list. He's the only officer in Shelton whose last name begins with the letter B. So there's no question about A, the destruction of the video, the non-release of a police report, okay? They refused to investigate my claim. We have audio, video, we have spoken to what I consider to be a victim. Girls that are too young to give consent for a sexual act. It's not cool. So, what do we have here? We have problems with the police saying that we have no budget for human trafficking, knowing that the girls are suicidal, and we have gigantic suicidal increases annually. We have 20 suicides per day of American veterans. 20. We have threats of suicide that can be prevented due to the non-training of police officers in the state of Connecticut who are expected, okay, to have training about domestic violence, other types of acts. But I just wanted to make a video about Shelton and their approach to a topic of A, suicide, B, vaping products, and the non-enforcement of our laws. Because when the governor tells a local municipality not to follow federal law, that's a problem in a sanctuary city and a sanctuary state. So put Shelton on the list of bad actors. Have a great day. I'm at 21 minutes. I'm trying to describe to Connecticut known facts about police misconduct, legislative problems, General Assembly issues, and the fact that people who voted for Loretti that I've met at the Bridgeport Chamber of Commerce events, they're furious at him. And I don't blame it, because I've seen what DCF is doing in Shelton, Connecticut. I know the relationships. I've gone over it. It's disturbing what's happening with DCF all across Connecticut. You can't intervene for profit in many cases, destroy a family that needs assistance when the mom's done nothing wrong. The moms are fearing that DCF will take their kids for something beyond their control, and the cases are being mishandled one after the next. Do you know the Theodora story in Connecticut? A woman driving through the state, pregnant, felt uncomfortable, stopped at the Milford Hospital. They took her child right out of her womb and gave it to the judge's court, whatever. The judge's court assistant got custody of that kid. It took a year to get custody back for the grandmother in New Jersey. So when you think there's cases in Connecticut where they don't have a right to sedate you and steal your kid, do you know that judge's name? It's like Fagora Schultz. I have a file on it. I did a video on it. What's the outcome? Not good. Not good. So I'm at 24 minutes, and I thank you for listening. So our next video is probably about Waterbury human trafficking. So this was Shelton. We did Bridgeport. We're going to do Bridgeport. We're going to do a couple cities. The more people that call, the more videos I'll do. If you have a problem in your town and you need video, I'm on it. We'll go to the police department. We'll see what they say. And let's hold them accountable. Because in Norwalk, we just talked about the Gina Crisanti murder. 35-year-old kidnapping. They prosecuted the guy for kidnapping because there's witnesses that a woman was kidnapped. And they never went after the murder charges. They've never found the body. It's disturbing when you hear what the police say to the victim's sister. It's disturbing. Wait till when I get permission, you'll hear it. We're working on that. It's 2 hours and 4 minutes of interrogation. You gotta hear what they say. Thanks. Have a great day. It's important, folks, because there's only one way to fix our problems. And this is the way to do it. Discuss it, share it, talk about it, promote it, so that there's no defense. There's no way around the law which they don't enforce. Have a great day.